Junkies!
Let's talk about Mortal Kombat. So, another brand new video game movie come out in the theaters. Excellent. Thank you very much for that drop. So, what do we think about this latest Mortal Kombat film? Some people felt like it didn't measure up in certain ways. Some people felt like it was an excellent film. What do you guys say?
There's a quote that I just heard about. I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but it says expectations is the thief of joy. A lot of people have expectations that are out of this world, and I completely understand it because we've talked about this many times. But it's just certain things that you have to understand when making something from books or comics or TV shows or anything when it comes to a movie. There's going to be changes. It's not going to be exactly the same. They're trying to get the feel of it. Did they get the feel of Mortal Kombat? Very much so. There was fighting in it. There was blood in it. There was gore in it. There was cheese in it. Because I don't care what anybody says. Go back and play Mortal Kombat 1. Go back and play Mortal Kombat 2. There's cheese 3. There's cheese all over the place. It's dripping in cheese.
The cheese factor.
It is cheesy. Mortal Kombat is cheesy than a motherfucker. What is Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat 2? What did he do with the bicycle kid? He sounded like a goddamn turkey.
Without a doubt.
What is that? You're not telling me that's not cheese?
Oh, no, again.
That's cheese all over the place.
I agree.
If you were expecting a movie with no cheese. If you're expecting a movie with no cheese, I don't know what you were expecting. I mean, it's crazy. I'm sorry.
I love it.
It is super cheesy.
I love it.
Super.
I love it. I
That's
love
fair.
it. Oh, yeah, I love
Real
it.
quick though, let's let everybody know this will be spoiler filled. So if you haven't seen it or you're worried about spoilers,
Right.
still keep watching because you got to keep watching anyway.
Indeed. I can't imagine that anybody that's watching this show hasn't seen it already. Seen it has been on
You never
HBO
know.
Max.
You got to put that out there.
No, okay, that's fine.
No, here's my thing. If and Dido and I actually talked about this a little bit earlier, but if the film would have kept the same level of, I guess call it quality as the opening sequence. That's my only, and again, it could also be very much pandemic. It could be a whole bunch of whatever, reasons why they weren't able to either stay on that level or who knows, maybe they had reshoots, whatever. That first opening sequence, if it set the tone for me, that was the problem I had with it. I feel, it was like the tone was already set with like, dude, here's what we're going to hit. And I'm just like, oh, this is about to be freaking amazing.
Yeah.
And then after they got their opening part done, I'm like,
what is this?
Is this the same movie?
Yeah, right.
See, that was a weird, that was the feeling.
And that's the thing. Regardless of what I just said in that rant, I don't think that the movie was superb. I think it was just okay. I didn't think it was trash. Like
no.
It was saying, and I wish people would stop saying things trash. You should say, I did not like this film, and this is why. Because when you say it's trash, that means everybody shouldn't like it. You need to change your terminology. It was better than Annihilation. It had a lot of problems. I think Cole should die. He should have died in that movie.
Bro,
that should have gave Scorpion a reason, not just to show up because Bihan showed up. He should have, oh my gosh, I found out. Oh, I still have an heir, not an heir, but
a descendant.
I still have a descendant, and then see him die before you. Like, oh my god, that's what it should to me. But it didn't.
How did Bihan survive that damn long?
Ice.
I guess so. Here's one thing. I don't know if Wolverine Solidix brought it up in the chat, but we actually had said it when we were talking about it last time I saw him. How is it that the characters like Jackson them knew the names of the other people they was fighting? Because none of them names was given outside of what the audience saw.
We didn't see the power bars.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Some of them people, it was like Jackson's like Rieko's mine. I'm like, how do you even know his name?
Yeah.
Like, where did that come from? And again, it happens in films. Yeah. It happens or whatever, and I get it. But just some of the stuff they did in that film was just kind of weird to me. Because I'm like, Goro
deserved better.
Goro was supposed to be
better.
Goro was supposed to be feared.
Yeah, bro.
And Goro just kind of like, show up this dude's farm and get killed.
Yo, man, that's exactly what I said to my son when I was like, oh, so Goro just gonna go out by some rando dude, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done.
What Driz said is right, though. That was another thing I was thinking when I was watching that. Maybe that Scorpion should have possessed his body.
I thought that too.
And that's how he came back.
That's what it seemed like it was going to
be. That's what he should have did.
Yeah.
He possessed his body. That's how he came back. Cole is no more. He's now Scorpion. And then but regardless,
Yo, man, how they gonna do my boy Kung Lao like that?
yeah,
How
come on, but
they
like
gonna
he
do
Liu
no.
Kang.
How they gonna do
Kung
Kung
Lao
Lao like
got
that?
screwed.
was
I
a
felt
lit
like
noodle of a
was-
fight.
What?
That fight, there was no impact to the punches in that fight.
Yeah.
It looked like they were
With
rolling the throws.
Cole and Girl?
Yes, I was like, what? It felt like the fight meant nothing. Like it was just, there was no consequences. No one was going to die, and they both knew it. Like it didn't. I don't know, and I didn't go into this expecting a lot of stuff, but just some of the people that are in it that have fought in movies I've seen before, I was expecting a little more
man.
fat of it.
No, man, it's like how you gonna do Kung Lao like that? Number one, my man had the best fatality in the entire movie.
Yeah, that fatality was nice.
I mean, he had
that was
beautiful.
really well done.
I mean,
Beautiful.
he had the best fatality in the movie. Second of all, the way he was chumping Kano at the dinner table, I love that. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Driz brought up another good one, and Hand of Omega. Hand of Omega said he was a little mad there was actually no tournament, which I could see that because it seemed like they was trying to get to this whole, we're gonna have the 10th tournament and blah blah blah. They talked about it throughout the whole thing. Like, you know what? Skip this. We about to ambush him. I'm like,
Right.
what? Like, okay. And then Driz, 100%.
We're not gonna
Jax
talk
had
about
the
Jax's baby
Jax
arms.
had the baby arms.
What the hell was that?
That's the only thing I was thinking of. As soon as he showed up, I'm like, oh my god, this is Hulk and Thor talking about baby arms again,
Yes.
all over, dude.
But dude, and then for when his thing activated, the arms materialized out of nowhere.
Dude,
like
we went straight Colossus with
like
it.
dog, where'd the metal come from?
Cause again, there was a lot of stuff just left to their own interpretation on that movie. And then here's the other thing I don't like, and maybe we were spoiled by, and I hate to even bring up this movie, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, but we had a Raiden that fought. I liked that. We had a Shang Tsung that fought in the first one. These two dudes was just like, we just sitting back, you know. I'm like, dude, Shang Tsung's supposed to be a fighter at some point, and in this one it was just like, nope.
Yo, man,
Raiden was just, I got cool eyes.
I was done with Shang Tsung when I saw that it was basically the Gotham gangsters accountant. I was done then. I was like, you can't replace Hiroyuki Tanaka.
He's on the world. He's on the World Council in Winter Soldier as well. So.
Oh, he was. That's right.
Yeah,
he
that
was.
dude, that dude gets
that.
around.
He
that
does
dude
get
gets
around.
He hangs out in DC. He hang out in Marvel, and he hang out in Outworld.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Everything about it just seemed like a dude, and then Raiden just gonna let them just waltz up in his crib.
Yeah.
Well, no, Kano disabled the little staff.
No. I mean,
which was
encroaching.
basically an alarm. I'm like, first off, if you're a god, how does your alarm system get disabled by a dude with a laser eye? Man?
Right.
It's like, come on,
Like,
man.
no, man. I mean, just Shang Tsung and the crew just rolled up. Was just like, hey, man, I don't care what the guys say. I'm taking y'all motherfuckers out now.
Right.
Like, now.
Yeah, and that was the thing. It was just, and again, I'm not discounting what they tried to do. I get it. They wanted to switch some things around and switch some things up, but they went back to, and I think this is where I think I have an issue with some films nowadays. MCU, and to a lesser extent, DC films, they've already opened it up to people accepting laser eyes and super soldiers and all that other crazy stuff. Do not try to give me a logical explanation for why the characters have powers. Just give them their powers. I don't want that. We need to figure out an explanation. It's like, no. Kano has a bionic eye that shoots lasers. I don't need it to be some inner power and chi. It's like, no, just give him the bionic eye that can shoot lasers. Sony can shoot fire out of her hands. I'm good with that. I don't need, you need to find this. And it's like, dude, that's been done. And it's not necessary anymore in today's climate when it comes to movies.
Before we wrap this up, so we were trying to get Fallen Marvel in here, and I don't know if he's there or if he's ready yet. He said he wanted to join the conversation, talk about this. But how do we feel about, how did this movie set up the lore for future movies? Because that's literally what this movie was.
Yeah,
it was just a stepping
setup
stone.
movie.
It was a setup movie. How did you guys feel that this movie did with Mortal Kombat lore and establishing things for going forward?
Oh, they can do better next time, most definitely. I mean, the movie definitely had its flaws, and they can tighten that stuff up, I think, a lot more if a next movie comes, which apparently, supposedly, it may because it did take #1 at the box office, but that doesn't really necessarily mean anything.
In a pandemic world, no.
And also, we got to see what the numbers is really going to do. Because they're talking about they wanted to do 4 more. I'm like, y'all, Warner Brothers gets a little bit crazy on that. It's like, dude, y'all announced one thing, and then we about to do 10 Batman movies. I'm like,
this was the same mistake they made with the DCEU.
Like, could y'all get one out the gate, please, and then do some stuff?
Yeah, we're gonna set up a franchise before it's even set up. Yeah, Fallen, why don't you go ahead, man? Say your piece. He said he's here.
He's there.
He said he's here.
I don't see him.
I don't see him either.
I don't see him on my
Is he about to take over Amarok's body? Is that what's about to happen?
No, he said he was here, but maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't get the right. Maybe he didn't do right.
Maybe he didn't get the memo.
Maybe he didn't. He didn't get the invite. He says he didn't get the invite. Producer, producer, can you hook him up with the invite?
I'll hook him up.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah,
you better land somewhere. You land somewhere.
This dude's getting aggressive.
Man, better not fall.
This dude's getting aggressive. Don't worry about him. Just get the invite. If you get stung, just walk it off.
Oh wait, no, I see him. I can kill him.
Yeah, if you get stung, just walk it off.
I can kill him.
Go get him.
God, how close is he?
No, I got him. Just
all
The
right.
terrorist is attacking again.
Yeah.
Hit it with some hairspray.
He's on the ground.
Hit the ground.
He's on the ground. He'll be all right.
Hey, there is some that disinfectant spray.
All right, so let's talk about so King Takeem says this movie was at high budget beta. Oh, there's Fallen. What's up, man?
There you go. High budget beta.
High budget beta. Oh, damn. Stomp.
Oh, you know, he's dead.
He's dead.
Is he dead?
He's dead.
Is he
He's
dead?
dead.
EQ has contained the terrorists.
Oh my
We
God.
killed the Wasp.
terrorists.
We've committed murder on live TV.
All right, nice.
All right. So go ahead, Fallen. Say your piece.
So yes, Mortal Kombat 2021. That movie was not good as a whole. Just putting it out there, it's not. Sub-Zero and Scorpion, dope. Sub-Zero and Jax fight to a lesser extent was okay. It set the tone, did what it was supposed to do. After that, the movie just went everywhere and nowhere at the same time, which sucked. And
Hold on. I have to interrupt you real quick. What is up with that video game ending looking setup you got over there? But you look like you straight out of the end of Street Fighter from the Super Nintendo era.
No, man. He's still.
No, I like it. I dig it.
I like it.
I like it. I'm just, got that. He got the sun all shining on him and whatnot.
it's a work in progress.
All we need is Ryu's ending music playing.
It is a work in progress. I mean, look, he looked like he in a Zoom meeting, right?
Right.
With the background behind him.
Right. I like it though. I like it.
Yeah, no, I like it.
It looks good.
I like it. And of course, Hannah Omega is loving your Nightwing cap too. So there's
appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. But yeah, man, this movie was generally, it was a misfire with some good memorable moments. I know I ran into a few people that said that they put this beneath Annihilation. I can't do that.
Okay, I don't know about that.
I can't do that.
I can't quite do
that. I can't do that.
I can't quite do that. What I will say, and someone has made this argument, is that in a way, Annihilation aesthetically did look and feel like a Mortal Kombat movie. It was just bad.
He's like, no.
It was just ultimately bad.
Bro, did you not see
The
that
thing is,
picture
the
that's
newer
been floating
movie-
around with Shao Kahn? Looking like a freaking... Come on.
Put it this way.
I can
Put it
see
this-
that with the characters though, because the Liu Kang, just sit them next to each other and look at the Liu Kangs, please.
Liu Kang did not take charge.
He looked like a child, most definitely, but his
He
outfit...
just looks sad.
outfit-
like
his
somebody needed to
outfit-
feed him.
Dude, his outfit in the new Mortal Kombat looked like something out of the game.
Here's
Because
the
the one in the old game or the old movies didn't wear anything from the game.
Here's the one thing, though. Here's the one thing. That one Liu Kang, it's like, dude, either shorten that ribbon or tie it down. Because every single time they showed him, he was flipping that little ribbon off to the side. I'm like, dude,
Man,
if you don't stop playing
I'm
with that
sorry.
damn red ribbon, dog.
Yeah, the costume department needed to
Liu
do
Kang
well.
was ass in this movie,
Yeah.
man. Like, he was, and I watched it twice over the weekend.
Oh man, I'm
'cause
sorry
I
to hear
had-
that.
Okay.
Sorry to hear
I
that.
had to watch it a second time just to make sure I didn't miss something the first time. And the second time I watched it, it was worse on the second viewing, just on the strength that, again, we can all agree that the Scorpion and Bihan fight was awesome.
Without a
Yes.
doubt.
At the
Without a
beginning,
doubt. Minority
and part-
Games, how you doing, sir?
The beginning and parts of the end. Everything else in between,
It's kind of weak.
dude.
Yeah, it was weak.
I know one of the things that I noticed is that, and we've seen this in other action movies, is that those fight scenes, especially like going into the 30 act, had a lot of cuts in between them, and that's very telling that the fight choreography was not on point across the board.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, my man, because wasn't that Jimmy Olsen that was playing Jax, like from Supergirl?
Macabre Brooks.
Yes,
Yeah.
Macabre Brooks.
Yeah,
Yes,
same dude. So,
Yes,
I mean, this-
Jimmy
yes.
Olsen.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
Never
Now
watched
he
that
bulked
show.
up. I'll give him he bulked up, but
He got
they
the
didn't
size.
teach.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So I'm gonna ask you this before we switch over to the Power is Yours, right? Do you think you should have left Supergirl to do this movie?
I mean, again, you
I'm just
gotta,
asking.
you got to be real.
Yes
It's
or
like
no,
in
man?
Supergirl, they kind of screwed him over as far as his part because he was kind of the romantic
They did.
love interest, and then here come what's his name, the Superboy.
Oh, Monel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
here come Monel, and it's like,
Hey man, he went and got with Lena Luthor afterwards, and that is an upgrade.
And again, and
That
that's
is an
fine.
upgrade.
But again, you got to remember, movie payday versus TV show payday. I
True.
don't know. That movie payday
True.
sometimes be
True,
like,
true.
The
Hey.
check was bigger.
True. And it was
The
it
check
was
definitely bigger.
it was a primetime movie, and it was a chance for him to be a part of a movie franchise. So
Hey, there you
I'll
go.
give
And
you
you know
that. You're
Jax.
right.
You know Jax is a
don't-
major character. So.
Yes.
He is, and the thing is, I do not fault him for taking this role because, I mean, again, like trying to get into a revitalized MK film and all of that. I mean, who wouldn't want to jump in that? And
No doubt.
especially with the expectations of the trailers, like even before you even like a shot a scene, the trailer that we got for this movie literally had everybody hyped up.
Oh heck yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
and this was unfortunately a situation where the trailer was better than the movie, but it was also to the film's detriment because with them introducing Cole as this new character, as soon as the movie gets to that plot point, like after that first fight scene, you knew exactly what they were doing with Cole.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
because, and it was just like, oh, this is what they're doing.
Mhm.
But then they, on the flip side, they give him his own ability, which didn't make any sense, really.
That armor.
And-
I'm like, what the hell?
All right, all right,
literal
all right,
literal
hold on.
plot armor in a movie. Hey, we hope you enjoyed that clip. Make sure you check out our live content on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/culturejunkies. We also have a lot of content available on YouTube, unboxings as well as Blu-ray reviews. And you can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/culturejunkies. And on top of all of that, if you go to culturejunkies.net, you can check out our merch store. The link is culturejunkies.net/merch. There's a lot of great merchandise there. So there's links and logos and stuff all around me. So check those out, and we will see you next time.